Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Expert to Authority show. This is the show for coaches, speakers, and trainers who want to grow their businesses while making an impact in the world. And today we are going to have a great conversation about redefining your life. In fact, sometimes there are those moments where you're stuck and you've tried almost everything, but you can't move forward. We all have these situations in our life, in our business. And our guest today, which is an incredible friend and a longtime GTeX member, then we are going to explore what does it take really to get unstuck and to redefine your life. So, welcome, Aslam Cheval. Aslam, welcome to the show.
Hey, hey, Simone. Nice to have you. Nice to be here, and thank you for inviting me over to this podcast of yours.
That's my pleasure, man. It's long overdue. We've had many conversation over the years in our phone calls, in our meetings. Now there is something that you've been always great at, which is getting people unstuck and getting people to redefine themselves or redefine their lives. So before we get started, I want everyone to know that Aslam is launching a new group program. It's called Redefine Your Life. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. But if you want to check it out, just click the link in the show notes or in the description, and you can find the details there. Aslam, you're brilliant and at helping people redefine their life, changing their mindset, getting them to get unstuck. Where did this personal passion for this type of work came from?
Oh, I basically come from the garment industry back in Pakistan. That's where my profession was, dealing in garments. I came down here and started my business again in that. It wasn't much of a success. I got into real estate, which kind of like grew up nice and prosperous, made millions of pounds in it. And in 2008, the financial crisis came, and where I ended up losing a lot. In 2010, struggling, trying to find new ways to make money and how to come about it is when I came across this good old mentor of mine, Bob Proctor. And in 2011, he took me under his wing. And since then, I have been growing strength to strength. I've learned a lot from him. God bless his soul. He's passed away now. It's 2 years, 3 days back. And since in 2015, I felt that's when actually Bob told me that it's time that you started coaching. You've done enough of it. And I got into the coaching industry in 2000, end of 2015. And since then, my thing has always been on a one-to-one base. I've always enjoyed dealing on one-to-one basis with clients. And I've had quite a few hundred clients I've helped to create a complete different life for themselves.
And then now it is time to also expand your the way that you work. And I know that you're launching this group program as well, which is Redefine Your Life. When when someone comes to you and works with you, the people generally come to you because they are stuck. There is something that they want to change, but they've tried maybe other different things, but they weren't able to change it. What does it come down to? What do you find is the thing or things that keep people stuck?
You know, the most basic thing why people are stuck because they're doing the same thing over and over again, and you're going to get the same result over and over again, not realizing that it is you who's creating the result. Most of my clients, when they've come to me, and I've noticed that they depend on the external validation. They look at the outside, not looking in the inside, that it's the inside that's creating the outside result. One of the things I often say is, it's known that we are all human beings, but we are also thought evolved beings. Everything that is there is created through a thought. Yeah, this camera in front of us, this monitor in front of us, the mic, somebody thought about it and created it. When you are stuck in a rut, that's when they come to me. And my job is to pull them back, relax them, and then let them think from the inside, find the answers. Because for every problem that you have, there is an answer. And your mind is far more superior than the Google. You put a question in Google, it'll give you an answer, but your mind has got 10 times, 100 times more powerful. But we so much overloaded up with negativity and what's not happening, what is not happening. We look at all the stuff that's not happening and we accept it. We see things and we believe it. But if you believe in something, it will happen. Walt Disney always used to say, um, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And that's true. We have the power. You, I, and everyone else have the same power, the same energy that is going through us. There's no difference between us. It's just that how we are molding it and how we are expressing it and we're bringing it out. That's what it is. It's all the way our emotions are expressed.
Yeah.
But if we hold on to constant negativity, we hold on to fear instead of believing in yourself and having the faith in yourself that I can do it.
Hmm.
But it's our
Yeah.
past that has grown up with, no, you cannot do this. Look at you, you're angry at me. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling comfortable. All those questions come up. When? Why? Because we were given those when we were young. And it's now time to have the awareness. And that's what it is. When you have the awareness of what is happening around you, you can change it.
I would love some people to know you better because uh, I, I love always hearing personal examples. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this interview, we had many personal conversations. And I would love you to share a story about a moment where you were stuck and something changed and the result changed. So when you apply this work to a personal situation that you had, could be recently, could be in the past, what example comes to mind?
Look, I've heard many stories of my life, and till 2015, it was always a struggle. So I've got a lot of stories. But one of the biggest stories that really changed my life was with my mentor, Bob Proctor, when I was over there in Toronto with him. And it was the 7 days where we were together, all of us in a room. And I had some very bad experiences with my family, close family, friends, close family members. I had lost a lot of money and kind of like literally left me penniless at that time. And that negativity was very deeply rooted inside. Coming from an Asian background, I'm not sure about the Italians, but we Asians, we are known for not forgiving anybody. Yeah, we don't like to forgive anyone. We like to just bang them up. So when I was at the session over there, Bob once asked me, "What's your story?" And I told him everything, what was going around and how I was treated and how I lost everything. And I'm finding it difficult because whatever I'm trying to do, I am referring it to that part that what if that happens?
Yeah.
And he just said, it's very easy. Forgive them. And I just said what I just told you. I said, we are Asians. We don't forgive people that easily. It's not in our culture to let go of people. So when he says, but that's the only way out of it. And we finished our lunch that I was having with him. And then the next day, his partner, Sandy Gallagher, she comes to me and she puts her mic up and she says, did you forgive? And I said, no. And that's when, I heard this Bob's voice, which is a heavy voice. Tell everyone your story. And I told everyone my story in that short period. And I saw this cameraman right in front of me with a big Sony camera. on my face, and I could see myself on the screen, which was very embarrassing, to see my age literally boiling down with the emotion that I was having. I was going through the negative thing. And that's when Bob said, forgive, let it go, forgive now. And I really I wasn't very good. But I wanted the cameraman out of my face, so I just said, okay, I forgive everyone. Whoever has harmed me for whatever reason, I forgive y'all and I send you love. And no, I said, I forgive you. And then he turned around and he says, send them love. I said, are you serious? I mean, I've just forgiven them. Now you want me to send them love even? And he says, yes, do that. So I did that. And I felt such a weight off my shoulder. That burden, was not there. I was feeling more relaxed. And then later on, after everything was over, I went to him and I asked him, so why did you make me do that? He says, in order to forgive someone, you need to first give yourself. You need to be ready to do that. In order to love someone, to send love to someone, you need to love yourself first. And this has always been the base of my coaching. When people come to me with problems, I know why they have them. Because the problem is not outside, the problem is all inside. When you're free of that, your thinking opens up. You can do so much more when your mind is at ease. But when your mind is not at ease, then there is, of course, complications because you're always referring to the past to build your future.
Yeah.
And that's where the biggest problem comes, that what if I fail again? What if that happens? What if somebody says something to me? And these are emotions. And emotions are very easy to control if only you realize that these emotions are created by me. It's me
What
who's
is the
giving the permission.
what is the path for someone to have mastery over their thoughts, over their emotions? Because as you mentioned, you carry that burden with you for a number of years, and they took that moment with Bob Proctor for you to let it go. And I'm thinking about people that are watching or listening right now, that maybe they're carrying a heavy burden. Everyone is carrying a different burden, right? And somehow they're not able to let it go, they're not able to release it. So what does it really take for someone to change the way they think and really master their emotions?
Three things. First, learn to forgive yourself. Stand in front of the mirror every day, which is the most difficult thing to do in the beginning, and tell yourself, I love you. Trust me, it is difficult. Whether it's a male or a female, to stand in the mirror, in front of a mirror, first thing in the morning and say, I love you, when you've got all that face, your sleepy face, and you've got to admire that guy. You've got to say what a good person he is, what a handsome person he is. Forgiveness is another thing. And the biggest thing to grow, to have growth, is gratitude. Gratitude will give you more. I mean, you want the higher power, the energy, God, Bhagwan, to give you a lot, but you're still not ready. But you're not ready to say thank you for what you have.
Yeah.
You know, we want more, but appreciate what you already have. Appreciate the food that's on the table. That one plate of rice that comes on your table, there are 7 to 8 people that have got involved in that, bringing that rice to you. We just eat it, we just don't appreciate it. Appreciate the fact that the first thing you got up in the morning. There are many people who don't get up. Appreciate the fact that you can put your feet on the floor. There are many people who can't do that. So there are many things when you apply gratitude, you feel that sense of satisfaction. And just not saying, oh, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm eating this rice. Actually feel it. because it's the emotions that you have that really connects to the universe.
Yes.
When you're emotionally feeling, when you're angry, it's your emotion. When you're angry, that emotion of yours creates more anger. It brings in more anger. It sends that energy around you. But when you are happy, when you're satisfied, you're with content, that energy brings in more contentment and it brings back to you more in tenfolds. So
I,
gratitude is the key to everything.
I love this conversation. There is a practice that I do every morning, which um, it changed my attitude and my outlook in life. I found I do some about 10-15 minutes of stretches. And then after that, I immediately start thinking about what am I grateful for. And one of the things that comes to me is like my body right now, because I've just stretched it. So my body feels good, feels loose. Thinking about what I have already before I ask for more, before I ask for other things that I want. Because I agree with you, we can live so far in the future of what is missing or what we want to have, that then by not appreciating what we have right now, we will never feel a sense of accomplishment. We will never feel a sense
No,
of joy. We will never feel a sense of happiness. There will always be the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, but then they become empty if you're really not train yourself into
no,
fully appreciating it. I have a
no.
question for you about the group program that you're launching, because for a number of years you've restricted your work to one-to-one clients, and we have many people that we know in common. I know many GTeX members that have worked with you that have incredible, huge breakthroughs through your coaching. What made you decide to launch a group program now on top of your one-to-one practice?
I actually want to reduce my one-to-one practice. I just want to limit it. Why do I want to go into group coaching? Uh, a, I want to build a community of like-minded people, community where they can mastermind with each other. I want to build a community where they can have accountability with each other instead of just having me as an accountability, where I have to WhatsApp them at 6:30 in the morning. Are you up? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Get another accountability partner and let me out of it. That's the main thing. Second thing, we learn so much, I have noticed, when you're in a group program. My program will start with the wins. What are your wins of the day? What are your wins of the week? Because when you have the winning energy going in, it starts with a good energy. So I want to know, what are your wins? Then we go into the coaching program. Then after that is question answers. What are the questions? And that's the most important part. Apart from my coaching, there are people who are shy to ask certain questions, and there are people who will ask the question. That question may relate to everybody in the group, which can benefit so many people. So it's a 100% win-win situation eventually in the group program. And more than that, like me being part of GTeX, I know so many people over there. Yeah, it's a community. GTeX is a community right now, and that's what I want to create, because for almost 7.5 to 8 years, I've been coaching, and my clients, they hardly know each other. I want them to know each other. I want them to grow together. That's what I want.
And what can people expect in Redefine Your Life? What if they join? What results they can expect? What experience they can expect?
Well, the experience they will get is almost like the one-to-one experience, but in a group form, right? In my one-to-one, this thing, it's a 3 months coaching program, and it's intensive 3 months, 1 hour every week, and then follow-ups are there. In this, it's a group program. It's a membership program, so it's not going to be something like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Anybody that joins in will have a membership and will continue doing it for whatever long period we can. So it's going to have 12 topics in there, which is going to be spread over 12 months. But you can join it anytime, in and out, whatever it is, we will continue with it. What can they expect? They can expect a lot of transformation. The entire coaching of mine is based on shifting your thinking. It is based that you can create whatever you want. As a as a manifestation coach, my thing is to teach you how to manifest. It's not mostly people come for wealth. I want to make more money. Yeah, but it's not only wealth. You can have better relationship, better health, because that's what you are. You are constantly manifesting, whether you know it or not. When you think of something, you're creating it. But it's just, we teach you how to channel your thinking. We teach you how to channel your thoughts.
It's so powerful. So powerful. I would recommend everyone to check the link that you can find here in the show notes and give it a go. Check it out. If you've been trying to
Yeah.
shift something in your life and maybe you've tried different things that didn't work, what I know is that the work that Aslam does is very profound, is very deep, and creates long lasting shifts. So if you're curious and tempted, give it a go, give it a shot, see what Aslam has to offer, and of course, reach out if you have any question because it will be able to answer any question that you have. I would love to ask a
Uh,
final.
just one thing.
Sure.
When you go into log in to become the member in the group, there are three prices. There are three prices structured. There is one very early bird price, then there's an early bird price, and then there's a regular price. So those who are joining in and taking advantage of the very early bird, it is at a ridiculous price. Trust me, it's crazy. And not only that, that when you join up with that crazy price, you will be locked onto that crazy price all the way through as long as you're in the group. So definitely it is worth looking into it, worth joining into it.
Check it out. The link is in the show notes. And definitely get in early. Aslam, my final question for you is what is a final message that you want to leave people with, in particular to someone that want to create a long lasting transformation? They want to shift something that is not working, they feel stuck. What is the final message that you have for them?
My message to them is learn to forgive, build up gratitude. And if you are struggling, remember one thing, we all have the same energy. There is absolutely no difference. If Simona can become a millionaire and I can make my millions, so can you. You, I, everybody has the same source. It's just that you have to learn to channel yourself, and I can teach you to do that.
All right, that's brilliant. Learn how to channel your energy and channel yourself. Aslam, thank you for coming on the show. I'm looking forward to seeing the development of your program. I know this is a long time coming, so I'm really excited to be able to talk about it and also to see it come to life. Everyone else, if you've been watching or listening, make sure you check the link in the show notes. If you have any question, reach out to Aslam. The social media links are going to be there as well. And until next time, remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao.
Thank you.